See, I always believe in an interactive talk. I do not keep on just giving this thing. You can say I have a habit of teaching. So, so when you're talking about science, science is something. Actually, what is the difference between? Just tell me what is the difference between your superstitions and science? You have just presented. What's the difference between superstitions and science? Yes.
Ma'am, believing superstitions are believing something without proof. Where science,
Yes.
we believe with proof.
Yes, definitely. So science is something which you can prove. Science is something which you can find out. Okay, fine. I can find out the reason behind this. If you can find, I'm not audible because I have a good voice, so I don't hear it. So if you are able to prove something, if you can find the reason behind something, it is science. Okay. So, and remember, you have to also differentiate between science and pseudoscience. Okay. What is pseudoscience? What you see daily in the advertisements. That is pseudoscience. Maggie, 2 minutes noodle, it is equivalent to 2 chapatis, or this is equivalent to this thing. Apply Fair and Lovely, you will become whiter. All these are pseudoscience. Actually, what is pseudoscience? That it is based on some scientific fact, but they are not telling you the whole truth. They are only telling you what you should know. Okay, they are not telling the harm which it will do to you. They are only telling you the benefits. Okay, so you have to differentiate between science and pseudoscience, and as well as science and superstitions. Okay, so when I say science, I believe that I should be able to replicate it. I should be able to prove it. Okay, so there are a lot of examples of science, and as right now the theme of this science is science for the people and people for the science. So I will say something how the science can be seen or can be, you can say, how you can do science with nature. Simple. How many of you love to be in nature? Love to be in nature. Like, if I leave you together, no classes, nothing, I'll tell you go to a hill station, go to some place and just enjoy, maybe alone. Okay? So I think many of us enjoy it, but few of us, there are two things. One of us enjoy. The second is we also observe some things in nature. How the thing is happening in nature. How, like, even if something is climbing up, how it is climbing up. Like if we say example of Newton, he saw something just falling off and he gave you the law of gravity. Yes? An apple falling and the law of gravity comes up. Okay? So it's the observation only. Okay? So you can observe many things and this may further lead into science. Fine. So today I will be discussing about biomimicry. As I am a biology teacher, so I cannot leave my biology. So I somehow bring it in. So I am talking about biomimicry. What is? Can you split the terms? See, science is very good. Even if you talk about it, you split the terms and you not know the meaning of the same. Bio, life or anything, living. Mimicry, copy. So basically what you are doing, you are copying Mother Nature. Okay? Where you are innovating, you are getting some idea from the nature and implementing it to find something new. Yes? Can you think of something?
Ma'am.
Yes?
Aeroplanes.
Aeroplanes? Who did that?
Ma'am, Wright brothers.
Wright brothers. How they did it? Just saw some birds flying. What of why we cannot fly? They tried. They did a lot of experiments. They were not successful in the first try. Were they? No. They tried many times, and finally what has happened? At least they came up with a basic model. And finally it has been improvised. Now you can reach places within clicks of time. We have space rockets. We can, like, it's, you can say infinite. There is no limit to our science. Right? So what is biomimicry? As I said, it's intermittent. So why we are copying nature? First thing, I am saying we are copying nature. Why? We have so much to think. We can look at each other, copy someone else's answer sheet. We can copy something else. Why to copy nature? So It's the oldest one, it's the largest one, and the most reliable R&D. Right now, somebody said R&D. What's the full form of R&D?
Research and development.
Research and development. So it's the oldest R&D known. How?
Ma'am, it works with trial and error.
It works with trial and error. You all know the theory of evolution, which Darwin gave. Huh? Yes? So he told you that life, the climatic conditions change, life changes, and the one who is able to survive well goes best. Yes? So it's a trial and error. One who fits in will go forward, one who does not will be eliminated. So anyhow, think of this thing, how nature has evolved through time. It has been 3.8 billion years or more. So this experimentation is going for so long. So think of this thing, that how well the nature have developed something, how the nature has solved many of the conditions which we are facing right now. It has, I will say, many of the solutions still lie in nature. We'll talk about the examples. How the nature can solve many of our problems. Okay, and the best part. Think of this thing, we also have a tendency to solve our problems ourselves. We have found oil, yes? We can generate oil, we have found oil from the underground thing, we have found many things. Industry, we are making things for our comfort, like we are saying robot and other things. But what is the problem with that? What is the difference between nature and us? We are also making our life convenient without maybe imitating nature. But what is the problem? We are also generating a lot of waste. We are also generating a lot of waste which we are not able to cope up with. That's a problem of pollution. But nature doesn't do that. Nature is able to recycle everything without generating residual inactive waste. Think of this, for our part, like we have said, electricity. You cannot imagine a life without electricity. Electricity we are generating through turbines and other things. Okay, we are having electricity. Nature has its own source. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, put all these things together for energy. Okay, photosynthesis gives you energy. So nature has everything. Okay, how you can manipulate the things already seen present in nature and convert it to your benefit is what is science. Okay. So think of this. I just take one picture. Can you? I have given a hint also. Can anyone suggest? Is this picture clear? Yeah, these things I think you all have gone through. Go to the grass, they get stuck in your pants or clothes. Yes? So what is that? This gave a very good idea to someone. All of you know about Velcro?
Yes, ma'am.
Velcro is basically a company, but which you have the shoes, you have your shirts, you have many things where the Velcro works. So think of this, like just an idea. Someone was just walking in an area where there were these birds, and what happened? It got stuck in his thing, in his dog's ears and everything. And while he was removing it, he realized that what is making them stuck so well? Can it be done? Can we stick two things together so well? So he then studied the structure and he came with this Velcro. Because you can see over here, there are thorns-like structures, and if you put these two things, one holder and one thorn-like structure, you can design the Velcro. I think all of you have seen Velcro. So you know all the things, how the Velcro thing was designed just by seeing the nature. And now Velcro has almost more than 300 patents. It started with such a small thing. They have 300 patents, they have many employees, they are working all together. So many things can be done just by seeing one of the observations. This is one of the observations. That's why we always say in science, keep your eyes open. Observation. Yes, as ma'am said, observation is the first and major thing. Observation is the base of your hypothesis. Hypothesis only you prove further, na? So that is what is happening. So the person who did was George D. Minster in 1941. He invented the Velcro. So all these things comes in biomimicry. As I already said, biomimicry is you are mimicking the nature. You are imitating the nature and taking inspiration. Remember, there is a difference between imitating exactly and taking inspiration. So you are taking inspiration from the nature, its systems, its processes, its elements, everything what is present in nature, and you're finding an answer to a problem in a sustainable manner. When I say sustainable, I'm saying that it should not generate this. Okay? So, as I've already said this thing, that there is no such thing as waste anything left over. So, remember one thing, when I'm saying biomimicry, it's inspiration, not imitation. You cannot just imitate or copy as such and it will give you a solution. You can just take an inspiration and go further with your ideas. You have to put in your ideas also into it, and then you can go ahead with your design. Okay. So here, like this lady has given an inspiration for a water mixer, how it can mix the water. Okay. There are many examples. Right now, he said one of the examples is how the Wright brothers have. This is one of the very basic examples which we normally quote. Like seeing the birds, the Wright brothers came up with the idea of a glider and finally the airplanes. Okay. What is this? Anthill. This is Eastgate Center in Zimbabwe, which does not. Zimbabwe is where? Located where? Zimbabwe. So it is highly hot. So it's a heated environment over there. And think of this building, it doesn't need any AC. It's totally AC free building. Think of one office which is in country where the temperature reaches to 50. And it's a like extreme cold and extreme hot. Okay? And you don't need an AC in this building, which is of many floors. Huh? So they have taken an inspiration from an anthill. हम सबने देखा होगा, है ना? हम सब anthill देखा है सबने? कहीं ना कहीं देखा होगा, ठीक है? But the thought came to us why this anthill is made, क्या हो रहा है इसमें, what is the thing which has to be done? No. But somebody took an inspiration. I just want to show you a video why he took an inspiration out of this.
And the holes and also back here with the cross ventilation.
This is not open this way. No, it's okay.
In 1991, architect Nick Pierce had a problem. An investment group in Harare, Zimbabwe, hired him to design a large.
आ रहा है पंकज, मैं लाइव कर रहा हूँ, फेसबुक लाइव चल रहा है, पंकज देख रहा है।
ये चल इसमें नहीं आ रहा है। अच्छा वीडियो हो रहा है। I have to call you. I have to record video. It's okay. PPT में भी मेरी वीडियो है, अगर PPT में गिवन अलग से थोड़ा
office and retail building in the country. In 1991, architect Nick Pierce had a problem. An investment group in Harare, Zimbabwe, hired him to design the largest office and retail building in the country. But they didn't want to pay for the expensive air conditioning needed to cool such a large building. So that left Pierce with a seemingly impossible challenge. How do you design a building that cools itself? This is a termite mound. Millions of termites live inside these structures, some of which stretch an astonishing 30 feet high. Although these termite skyscrapers may look solid from the outside, They are actually covered in tiny holes that allow air to pass through freely. Like a giant lung, the structure inhales and exhales as temperatures rise and fall throughout the day. This termite ventilation inspired Pierce to use an approach known as biomimicry, imitating the ingenuity found in nature to solve human problems. Meet the Eastgate Center. The building is made from concrete slabs and brick. Just like the soil inside a termite mound, these materials have a high thermal mass, which means they can absorb a lot of heat without really changing temperature. The exterior of the building is prickly, like a cactus. By increasing the amount of surface area, heat loss is improved at night while heat gain is reduced during the day. Inside the building, low-power fans pull in cool night air from outside and disperse it throughout the 7 floors. The concrete blocks absorb the cold, insulating the building and chilling the circulating air. When the morning comes and temperatures rise, warm air is vented up through the ceiling and released by the chimneys. Thanks to this innovative design, temperatures inside stay at a comfortable 82 degrees during the day and 57 degrees at night. Not to mention, it uses up to 35% less energy than similar buildings in Zimbabwe. Since opening its doors in 1996, McPierce's 90% natural climate control system has made the Eastgate Center a global landmark for sustainability. So, we must ask ourselves, if an architect could design a self-cooling building with termite-inspired climate control, what other innovations can Mother Nature inspire if we just pay closer attention?
Okay, so you have seen that a simple termite hill design has given an idea of this. There are so many floors building without an AC. Okay. So next, I will be talking about a few of such examples. What is this? Lotus. And what is this? How the lotus can be utilized? Something in a building? Can anyone guess? Upside down. Upside down. You know what? Have you ever seen the droplets of water on the lotus? Yes? Does they remain on the lotus or they flow off? They make, if you put different drops of water on a lotus leaf, what happens? They club together and then they move out, taking together all the dirt which is on the leaves of this lotus. Yes? Think of this thing. You are actually using the water which is present on the leaf to remove or clean the surface. This can be used on the buildings, paint in the buildings. Make the paint which is somewhat like this lotus surface, or make the building surface like this. So because if you see that at the microscope, you will see that the lotus leaf has small tiny projections, okay, which can be actually repels dust and dirt particles, and at the same time the hydrophobic surface which is present on the leaf doesn't allow the water to stay on them, so that it removes it. So if we have something, so a German company ISCO has developed a paint with the similar properties. Think of this thing. We just have an observation that one thing is cleaning of the leaves with the help of the water, which is actually not attaching to the surface. So whenever the rain will come, what will happen? Whatever dust, if any dust is there on the surface of the houses, external surface, it will be washed off. Yes? So you have got something which is self-cleaning. You don't have to clean the walls. Okay? What next? See, you can recognize this person, Michael Bell, and a shark. Have you ever seen a shark? Nowadays dissection is banned, I think so. But we normally used to have a dissection of sharks. If you see the skin of the shark, how is the skin of the shark? Very rough surface. Okay. So if think of this thing a rough surface and which doesn't allow water to stay on it. Okay. So that this shark is allowed to grow in the water without being wet. The same thing was taken by somebody to design a swimsuit. Because, and the other thing which is there in the shark is, shark has a very good speed, which provides that speed. One thing is its body shape, and the other thing is these scales. These scales are there to provide it a very good speed because they provide very less friction when the shark moves in water. Yes. So think of this thing. Somebody put it in this. Now the swimmer will get an advantage. Yes. Because he will be able to swim very fast because there won't be any friction. Nowadays these swimsuits are banned in the competition. These swimsuits, I'm not talking about the normal ones, because they minimize the friction. So you cannot use it for the competitions. Okay. So shark skin has been used to make the swimsuits. At the same time, this methodology, because it is having a rough surface, scale has rough surface, so which does not allow the bacteria to grow on them. Okay? Because if something is very close together and very rough, it won't allow something to attach on it. That's why the friction is less, no? So nowadays people are trying to make these kinds of areas in hospitals so that there is no attack of the bacteria or viruses on that. So,
So avoid the hospital infections.
Infections will be reduced because you know what? We all know about TB. Drug resistance TB. The problem with the TB thing is that it's communicable. And the hospitals, it has been seen that most of it comes to the hospitals. Okay, so if you have some surface where the bacteria cannot stay, I think we can reduce on the level of at least infection. Okay. Then another example, whale. We all know about whale. Whale. Have you seen how the whale moves? It has on this front fin, the upper one, it has bumps. It has some. You can see these projections which are present, which actually allow it to move because we all know whale is the
Largest animal.
largest animal which is present on Earth. Being so heavy also it is able to move in water. What is making it move? Something like this. This fin which is present, and that whole thing has been also utilized for making turbine blades. Because what happens is the friction and when water moves, there is some drag and push force. So that is balanced by the wave. And the same design has been taken up by the people, the engineers, to make some turbine things, fans. So here I am talking about not only biology. Biology remains still vague. Okay? But how the biology or how the living organisms have been taken care by different engineers or different physicists or different chemists for doing the things. Okay? So there are a lot number of things which can be done by just observing the nature. What is this? I think we all might have seen whale one or other time, or might have at least seen on the TVs, but we have never thought it this way. Have we? Otherwise, we would have a patent. We haven't thought it. Okay? But obviously, you people can think it this way. Just see what is around, think how it is working. Can this be put in something which is beneficial for us? And maybe the next patent is going to draw me. Okay? I think all of us know about bullet train. Huh? Modi ji wants to bring a bullet train to India. That's what we said. Okay? But what bullet train? What is the idea of the bullet train? Anybody knows? Can you identify this bird? Woodpecker. And actually, the bullet train is based on 2 or 3 birds. It's not a single bird idea.
No, hummingbird.
This is not hummingbird. Kingfisher. Have you ever seen how the kingfisher catches its prey?
Yes, ma'am. It dives into the water.
Dives in the water without making a splash. Okay, that means no sound, no movement of water. And that idea was taken up by the person who was designing this bullet train. So bullet train, see, bullet train was designed before this idea itself. But the problem which these people were facing at that time was, when it was going through a tunnel, there was a tunnel in the sea. It comes on National Geographic Channel, somebody has seen it. There was a tunnel which was near to the area where people used to live. When this bullet train used to go through that area, it used to make a lot of sound. Because tunnel mein, the sound increases. The sound was so high that it used to cause the disturbances. So you have to compromise on the speed. Okay? And they didn't want you to compromise on the speed of the train. So what they did? They took inspiration from different things. So they made this shape. The shape was made based on the nose or beak of the kingfisher. Okay? So I'll just show you. This is also taken from, I don't know whether this will run now. Will I have to?
In 1989, Japan's Shinkansen bullet train had a problem. It was fast, really fast, like
again, I think I have to go in. I have to see how it's done. I know that it has come to 58, but so in this video, what I have shown is, I'll just explain it, that how the design of the kingfisher was taken, what was the problems these people were facing. Sorry,
pushing 170 miles per hour fast, but every time it exited a tunnel, it was loud. The noise was coming from a variety of sources, but whenever a train sped into a tunnel, it pushed waves of atmospheric pressure through the other end. The air exited tunnels with a sonic boom that could be heard 400 meters away. In dense residential areas, that was a huge problem. So an engineering team was brought in to design a quieter, faster, and more efficient train, and they had one secret weapon. Eiji Nakatsu, the general manager of the technical development department, was a bird watcher.
Different components of the redesigned bullet train were based on different birds. Owls inspired the pantograph. That's the ray that connects the train to the electric wires above. Nakatsu modeled the redesign after their feathers, reducing noise by using the same serrations and curvature that allow them to silently swoop down to catch prey. The Adelie penguin, whose smooth body allows it to swim and slide effortlessly, inspired the pantograph's supporting shaft, redesigned for lower wind resistance. And perhaps most notable of all was the kingfisher.
The kingfisher is a bird that dives into water to catch its prey. The unique shape of its beak allows it to do that while barely making a splash. Nakatsu took that shape to the design table. The team shot bullets shaped like different train nose models down a pipe to measure pressure waves and dropped them into water to measure the splash size. The quietest nose design was the one modeled most closely after the kingfisher's beak. When the redesign debuted in 1997, it was 10% faster, used 15% less electricity, and stayed under the 70 decibel noise limit in residential areas. And it did all that with the wings of an owl, the belly of a penguin, and the nose of a kingfisher. There's a name for design like this. It's called biomimicry.
The people who design our world usually never take a biology class, believe it or not. So they're novices in how the world works.
That's Janine Rose. Back in 1997, she wrote the book that coined the term biomimicry. It told the story of the innovations in computing, energy, and health that were inspired by structures in the natural world.
stick like a gecko, compute like a cell, even run a business like a redwood forest.
Vegas has since worked as a consultant for various companies.
Okay. So we have seen that how the bullet train was designed based on 3 different parts. Okay. So just a bird watcher and how it has helped him to get something very good. Okay. Just so the next thing, yeah, it's a lot of examples, lot of things which have been developed through biomimicry. If I get the list, it is too much to be discussed. Okay. So I just thought that one thing which can be of interest other than these things, very common things, is color without pigment. You know what happens with the dye? We normally get our clothes dyed with different colors. Okay. What is the problem with the dye? Fadable plus it is toxic actually. The dyes are toxic. To the environment, they are toxic. So if we get something which gives us a color without a dye, is it good? Yes. So what scientists did was they found there is a butterfly which doesn't have any pigments. Because colors are given by pigments, which doesn't have any pigments but still it has good colors. What has given these good colors to it? They tried to find it out. They found that this butterfly does is it absorbs the wavelength of light and emits it at different wavelengths. So if you emit the light at different wavelengths, what is going to happen?
Dispersion.
You will have different colors. So think of something, if I can design some cloth with such a thing which will absorb the light and reflect it with different wavelengths, I can get the colors, in fact different colors depending on the wavelength, which is good without any toxic, without anything, or maybe with different wavelengths, different temperatures, you will get different colors of the thing. Yes? So this is how nature has given us many things for this thing. The latest one, all of us knows about prosthetics. But you have an amputated thing, what to do next? Initially, when somebody designed some artificial leg or hand, what they did? A small log wood, and they have tried to just give a support. Actually, that was a kind of a support only. Okay, but now prosthetics is a very developing branch. You have motors associated with these instruments. You have, like, you can do the movement of the fingers with a motor based thing. They are trying to go deeper into the thing to find out how your brain can control these things. And there are still the kits which have this capability. Like there is a kit where suppose we two are apart, and if I can control other person's hand. This is how it can be done. So you can see how the prosthetic designs have increased day by day. It's a running. A person without any of the feet is running just based on prosthetics. And how this design has been developed? Obviously by seeing the human body. What we have done? We have taken ourselves as an inspiration. Okay. So this is how science has developed. So now my question is, I have told you so many biomimicry, so many things nature has taught us, or we have learned from nature. So what does this mean to you actually? From you people, what does this mean to you? When I have told you so many things, can you think of anything which you have observed and maybe can be used? Just an idea, maybe a rough idea. Little bit louder. No? Doesn't matter. So, you think of t-shirt that will wick sweat, like a horned lizard, which is in a desert, which doesn't allow the thing to sweat to be on top of it. Okay? So think of this, in a summer, you have a t-shirt, which will remove the sweat. You can have vitamins based on the diet of a polyester because they are very strong. You can have shoes with a soles that has a grip like mountain goat, because you have seen the mountain goat. It It can climb anything. You can burst, we have already talked about. So you can have many things. You can have clothing colors with dyes like butterfly, peacock, or sea slug. So there are a lot of things which can be done. You can have sandwich bags that are biodegradable, like the muscle. You know muscle? Do muscle? You know your muscles, which are there for pearls. So you can have biodegradable like tinges of blue muscle, or you can use the design of a feather for as a zip. Yes. So there are many things which can be thought of in era of computers. You can think of a computer with a speed like a neuron. What is the speed of a neuron? You cannot even measure that, because think of something, it's very in point microseconds, because आपको picture that the moment it reaches your brain, wherever you're getting it. Stains, colors like the butterfly wings, networks, anything. So think of, just take anything in nature and you can design something. Only the thing is your thought procedure should be working on that. Okay, so just one more thing. Again I have to, but I know. All based on class, kind of class, or class. So you have seen that how different things have been used for different buildings as well. One of us asked, I feel very good about that conversation. So there are different things which can be done with that. So what possibilities can you imagine? I'm just giving you some viewpoints. And what creatures inspires you? Mushroom is there, starfish is there, snakes are there, so many things are there. Think of anything. Just keep your eyes open. Okay, that's what I can say. So can you look to nature for inspiration? You have to do that. If you really want to get inspired by nature and do something from the nature. I'm not saying that is the only thing, but that is one of the things which can be done. So here are some ways to start. Okay, get outside, take a hike. Sometimes on your holidays you should go outside instead of sitting with your computers. Go outside, make a trekking trip, do any trip, do a picnic or something. Sit quietly outside. यहाँ पे picnic नहीं हो पाएगा. So sit quietly for some time at least and observe. Read books about the natural world, okay? And ask question in science classes. Asking question is very important. Remember one thing, when you are single, you have only knowledge of one person. When you sit in a group, discuss something, you have knowledge of 10 people or whatever number is there in the group. Science is a teamwork. Science is never a work of a single person. So always discuss, maybe with your mentors, maybe with your friends, but keep on discussing because that gives you an idea. And obviously, I always say, research should be something which you enjoy. Okay. Never, I have felt one thing that sometimes you are destined to do something which you do not want to, but that won't give you that happiness and that won't give you that enthusiasm to do something good. So if possible, I always say if possible because every time it is not possible. But if possible, look at something which interests you. Work on that creature, work on that something that will give you some good ideas. Okay? So always ask, like sir has said in the starting itself, always ask why, how. Okay? Why this is happening and how this is happening. Both the things, not a single thing. Why and how. Okay? So search, imitate, inspire, and desire. This is biology. Okay? Total science. So this is the, I've talked about right now science for the people. Uh, so this is about something related to the topic which I thought may interest you. So any queries regarding this thing? Any, no queries, no questions. Yes.
What is your favorite creature through which you inspire? Or have you ever thought of some research, doing some research on a particular animal or something from which you get inspiration?
Right now, let me tell you very frankly, I thought I'll give some glimpses of my research also here, which is not on biomimicry. I'm working on something else. I'll just give you a glimpse of that. That's what I thought that what we are doing in lab. This is something which I wanted to tell you how you can proceed further. The other part of my research, you can say people for science, where I'm working on something related to science. Okay. So I will say that right now the organism which I'm working on is malaria parasite. Okay. You all know that malaria in Bikaner, especially in Rajasthan, I have seen a lot of cases, and especially from Bikaner, that is my sample collection site. Okay, so we get a lot number of malaria cases in Bikaner. So SP Medical College and other nearby villages. So I have been working on that for last, you can say a decade now. And we have been looking at different aspects of malaria. So I'll discuss some of those aspects right now. But if you ask me what is the creature that inspires me, I won't say. See, frankly speaking, in this busy life of ours, I have got very less time to sit with nature. And I'm a very nature-loving person. But if I get a chance, I like watching birds. Okay, how they are working. I like watching sea animals. Okay, if it is possible. So do I have a time?
Yeah,
Then only I'll go
yeah.
ahead. And I think I'm not boring you people enough. Yeah, you will say this thing. I'm asking the young people. Okay. So, coming to my field of research, so malaria. Okay, so here in this research, I'll just tell you about, I'm not detailing about all the things about my research, all my results and everything. Obviously, the slides are made based on my results only. This is my research. I have not taken it from anywhere, except the starting point where the life cycle is already known. Okay, so what is there, how you can proceed with something, that's what I want you people to know. Okay, if you have been starting up your research or your lab. I don't know how many of you will go in research, but this is how we have been going. So I'm working in Department of Biological Sciences over there, and my work is basically on molecular pathology. So in this thing, we are looking at the molecular biology part as well as the bioinformatics part. We are working on the enzymatic assays and many more things. So that's what I will tell you in some time. So as we know about malaria, malaria is one of the oldest known disease which is caused by Anopheles mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. And you know what? Why the female Anopheles mosquito bites us? Why it wants to bite us? Can anybody tell me? You know, it's necessary for its survival.
But on some heat, it's very cycle.
Until and unless it gets blood,
It cannot.
it cannot reproduce. Okay, think of this thing, it cannot lay eggs until and unless it sucks your blood, wherever, whatever organism it is choosing. Okay, so think of this thing, if it is necessary for its survival, it will do it. So the female Anopheles mosquito sucks the blood for laying egg. So, and the organism which is causing malaria is Plasmodium. I think all of you are aware of
They are the four species. Not plasmodium, they are four species.
that. Four, I will say four, ma'am, till sometime back.
Now,
Four was there, still I will say mainly four. But other than those four, like the four which were initially recognized were falciparum, vivax, malaria, and ovarian. However, recently there have been few cases where we have seen cases with another two species, cynomolgi and knowlesi. Remember one thing, its nature, its evolution, as we have already said, that there is an adaptation level. And it has been seen that many of the parasites first adapt in primates, in monkeys, and then they come to humans. Okay, monkeys we all know that are their closest cousins or closest ancestors. So what we do is here also these three, cynomolgi, knowlesi, all are their primate. Even vivax was once a primate parasite. So once it has adapted itself in the monkeys, it has come to the humans. Okay. So even HIV, I think all of us know about HIV. HIV was first adapted itself in the monkeys and then it came to the humans. Okay. So this is the condition about malaria. If I talk about life cycle of Plasmodium, all of you know about the life cycle of Plasmodium?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just show you. I thought that if you know, I'll skip this slide. Otherwise, I will tell you. Okay, let me tell you where it is coming. Okay, here it is coming. There it is not showing the touch. So what happens is, if we know the malaria parasite, it survives in two hosts. All of us know one is the mosquito, and other one is the somehow the touchpad is not working correctly. Also, touchpad is not working. So it happens in two of the hosts. One of them is an definite host. Like if we talk about the two cycles, one is asexual cycle and another one is the sexual cycle. So in humans, it's the asexual cycle which is happening, and in the mosquito, it's the sexual cycle which is happening over there. Okay. So what happens is that first the mosquito, like it's in cycle. So like I say, when a mosquito bites, it injects the sporozoites into your blood. Okay. From the blood, first thing they have to do is they have to come to your liver. So there are on yes, go off and away.
The malaria parasite is an ancient organism. It has been with us since before we were human. Famous victims include Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and George Washington.
Oh, yeah. So as I'm working on mainly the human host, I will get that part maybe over there.
The malaria life cycle follows a devious path, swapping back and forth between